Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Flowstone Saga. It is by Impact Gameworks and published by Impact Gameworks and Doyoyo Games. It is a free demo out during the Steam Next Fest, and it is scheduled for some sort of release this year, 2022. That's all it says. This is a looks like a straight up RPG. Probably, it looks like maybe it's like an RPG Maker kind of thing, and I know that those are a dime a dozen on Steam. But what jumped out at me for this one is the combat mechanics. The combat mechanics look to be puzzle based, kind of like almost like a puzzle quest kind of thing, or like a match 3 kind of thing. So I'm interested to see where this goes and see what it's like. So without further ado, let's go. So the mouse doesn't work in the game, which is why I think it must be an RPG Maker game, because that seems to be the case there. So we'll just use the keyboard here. We'll do new game. And the battle difficulty, we recommend starting on adventure if you're new to the game, so I'll do that. The game speed. Hold. Pieces are frozen until you move them. Monster actions charge only when you lock a piece. It's your turn-based. The turn-based RPG. Real-time battles where pieces move down constantly. Turn-based RPG. So hold is no gravity, and then normal 100% real-time battles where pieces move down constantly. We'll do normal. Alright, Sprig, you know the drill. Anytime Gon goes missing, he usually turns up on this island. Alright, let's do, let's get the full screen going, and let's give it a half an hour to tell us what it's all about. Starting now. I find him lounging on in a hammock while everyone's been worried sick, then he can swim home for all I care. Yep, yep. I know, I'm still worried about him too. Let's get to searching. Like Gon's fishing boat took a beating. No wonder he didn't make it back to the village. Still looking at this campsite, I get the feeling Gon's a little too comfortable for a guy marooned on an island. Good question. Dinner's on the fire, but there's no sign of the cook. Let's keep going. Keep looking. Okay. So WASD will move. Also, the arrow keys are moving. Okay, so it's enter to pick up stuff, so I guess I'll just use the arrow keys and move around. Stone. Beads. Stone. Music's pretty jumping. Nope. That's battle. Alright. Clear lines of flowstones to attack monsters. Move your piece with the arrow keys. Rotate with Q or E. An instant drop with up. Okay, rotate with Q and E. Interesting. Switch targets by pressing tab. Try to hit monsters who are charging a special attack to interrupt them. If you see any link crystals, try to match 3 or more. This builds up your heat, increasing all damage. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. There we go. When an enemy is weakened or defeated, a red or green tile will appear on the board. Red tiles deal bonus damage when cleared, while green tiles heal you. Okay. What to do either. So what I was trying to do was make it fall a little bit faster. There we go. So the controls are a little bit reversed. Like, I feel like up shouldn't be instant, but I don't know, maybe a little weird that way. I guess it makes sense from that perspective. It just feels a little bit strange here. So you know what it is? Yeah, I think up should rotate. That's what's happening. Like, I'm hitting up to rotate because I keep forgetting. And it's Q and E instead, and I think up should be rotate, and then Q and E shouldn't even have anything to do with anything. That's what's feeling weird here, because I keep accidentally hitting up rotate pieces, even though that's not how that works. Damn it, I keep hitting up to rotate. It's not up to rotate. This just shows you how bad I am at Tetris. More than anything else. Like, I'm horrible. Yeah, that's the very first battle. I failed it. I failed at the very first battle. You know what? Can I change that? Let me see something here. Wait a minute. Because there's a rebinding in here. And that's just driving me nuts right now. Controls. So rotate. Left, right. Up and down. No, where the hell is it at? Instant drop. Not the up arrow. But where's... Okay, rotate. East left. Replace. Up arrow. Yeah. Instant drop. B. W. Sure. There we go. I got that has to happen because that's driving me absolutely batty. Okay. That way. Go there. Nice. Okay. Damn, I did that. That was on me. I didn't really mean to rotate that, but I did. You. Excuse me. Damn, I am sucking so bad at this. Wow, this is hard. Holy hell, man. For the first battle? Jesus. This is ridiculous. I mean, there's challenging and then there's like, welcome to never getting anywhere with a game. There we go. As you match link crystals, clear lines quickly, or perform combos, your heat will go up, increasing all damage. The heat decays over time, so keep up the pressure in battle. If you only wait for large clears, your heat won't stay high. You. Wow, Jesus, that took me far too long to do that. We're up to level 2. Okay. Learn perk. Disruptor. Interrupting an enemy's charge attack deals 20% damage. Interrupting an enemy's charge attack deals 35% damage on the next one. Okay. Ways to save the game after that. Oh no, you're kidding. You are kidding. So changing up to be rotate makes it so I can't go up on this. Really? Alright, well we'll use WASD to move around then. That's ridiculous. Bone crab. No. Here. Damn it. I forgot to rotate that one. I know it said to, like, you gotta target the... target the ones that are going to attack to stop them from attacking, but hard to keep track of them. Making things worse here. come on. These pieces are horrible. Holy crap. Like, it's just... Like, there's bad pieces and then there's this game. Holy shit. Like... Like, I mean, I'm terrible at Tetris. I'll be the first one to say it. But, Jesus, this game gives you terrible pieces. Holy shit. And for some reason, none of my attacks seem to... It seems like I'm barely doing any damage here on these attacks. Come on. This is just absolutely insanity here, man. Like, I get that they wanted to make a difficult game, but Jesus, this is the second freaking battle, for crying out loud. Like, have you ever heard of, like, building up to a thing? Oh my god, this... Like, how... Like, they have paralyzed, like, right away. Like, come on here, man. Like, seriously, this is the second freaking battle, and they're kicking my ass. It's like, come on, I know I'm bad, but Jesus, like, have some kind of difficulty ramp up, right? We'll be like right out of the gate, like, oh, guess what? We're gonna just blow all our difficulty load right now. Damn. These pieces are horrible. Just absolutely terrible. These pieces that they keep giving me, I don't know what the worst thing ever, because they just give you like constantly in a row. is so freaking ridiculous, man. Do I have anything? Use flask, switch powers. Use power space. Okay, let's swap that out. Oh my god. And this is the lowest difficulty too. Like, that blows my mind. Like, who thought, oh yeah, no, this is fine for the lowest difficulty? Like, no, it is not. It is not fine at all. Like, get to know what difficulty actually means. Jesus. Alright, do that. And there. Go. One down there. No. Like total focus mode here, trying to make something happen. Damn. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, we leveled up to level 3 immediately here. 3 extra damage when clearing a single line. Okay, learn perk. Wow. That's a lot. Crumpled note. That's really difficult. Note from Gon's mom. Listen up, Gonaldo. I know you were the one who put the fish in my sewing basket. You're going to watch out every last whiff of fish smell. Even takes all night. And it will, your mom. Thanks. No wonder he's on the run. Oh, jeez. This thing's going to be a real pain in the butt, isn't it? Because it's protecting a fire chest or something. Oh. No. Go there. Uh, there. That's... Whew, Jesus. Like, that one seemed actually doable. Of all 3 encounters we've had, that one actually seemed like one that was actually... you could actually deal with. Other gloves. So, how do I... where's my equipment? Inventory. They're not more protective. Yeah, but how do I equip them? Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought the top one was hand, but apparently not. Alright, and then there's gonna be another battle there to get up this other chest up there. I think we're gonna stop here, friends. Holy crap. That's a lot. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me get back to the whatever is considered the the menu screen here. Yeah, so oof, that's a rough one, friends. It's I like the idea of what they're doing. I think I think the difficulty is way too out of whack with what you actually select. Like if I select the lowest difficulty, I'm expecting to be able to take these things on a little bit easier than that. So I think they're going to need to tweak that a bit. Also, there's not a lot of. I mean, you're playing Tetris, obviously, and they're throwing pieces at you that I think aren't as random as they probably should be, or maybe they're a little too random. I don't know. Throwing a lot of crazy pieces that don't fit together at you. But there's also like abilities and stuff which don't really translate well to what they're trying to do here. Like I feel like the ability should have some kind of effect on maybe the pieces or something on the like obviously they have like the green piece and the red piece that comes down, but I guess, well, the one ability does swap out the piece, so I guess that works on it, but there was another one that I'm not sure about. So I suppose they do work on, I suppose abilities do work on the pieces and stuff. I don't know. There's too much, like you're completely focused on trying to solve the puzzle, right? And it feels like, at the same time they want you to swap out between, which enemies are attacking and all that stuff and try to do it that way. And I guess, they did have an option there to say, no gravity, which meant that, the pieces didn't actually, like it was turn-based at that point where, the enemies wouldn't attack until you actually put a piece down or something. But even then, it's, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like they've thrown all this stuff at you, and there's way too much to try to manage at once. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they can fix this, but I can tell you that it doesn't. The fun is not there, right now. I think that's the thing that this is really missing. It's like it's got the mechanics and it's going through the motions, but it's not fun. It's just kind of punishing for no good reason. And I feel like that's kind of my feeling coming out of it. It's just that it's just like it's difficult for the sake of being difficult, not difficult for the sake of being fun, right? Like this, I mean, the second battle they're throwing special abilities at you, like paralyze and stuff that stop you from being able to rotate your pieces and things. And it's like, whew, man, there was no ramp up here, right? It's like, we're just going to hit you over the head as soon as we possibly can. And I didn't even get a chance to like get any of the story, like it's an RPG at the end of the day. So RPGs live and die by their story. They live and die by their world building. And this game's just like, we're gonna beat you over the head so badly at the very beginning that you don't even know why you're doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like we're gonna drip feed you story. Not through giving you a large world to explore, but we're going to drip feed it through you by making it so that you're constantly getting defeated on what should be easy battles right off the bat. I think that's kind of my feeling there. Is it's like they forgot the fun part of it at some point, right? It's like, yeah, it could be fun to have a challenging game, but like I didn't get a chance to like even really get into the world. Like there was no. It looks like they were going to do some world building. It looks like they were going to have an interesting story. But it's just like, it just is so punishing out of the gate that you can't even get to that point before you're like, you know what? I'm going to go play something that's more fun, right? Yeah, that's the thing. It's a weird, I don't think I've ever encountered a game quite like this, where it's like, before you can even figure out where you are, you're already getting just annihilated. It's very weird. It's a very strange problem to have, I guess. I don't think I've seen a game have this problem before that I've ever played, and I've played a lot of games. So I mean, kudos on that. I've never seen a game have this particular issue. But I want to like what's here. The art's good, the music's good, the puzzle, like having the puzzle combat, I think is a great idea. I think it's just like it needs to work into the difficulty, not immediately say, all right, here's a wall, bash your head on it. You know what I mean? Like it needs to breathe a little bit and let you actually experience some of the world so that you're more motivated to continue with it. Because as it is right now, it's like you come in and I can see a lot of people just kind of bouncing right off of it and saying like, yeah, no, I'm going to go play something else because I couldn't even get into this game before it already was, ripping me a new one, right? Like introduce people into the story and stuff before you start to get difficult. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. And that has been Flowstone Saga. It is by Impact Gameworks and published by Impact Gameworks and Doyoyo Games. It is a free demo out on Steam that you can take a look at during the Steam Next Fest, and it is scheduled for some sort of release this year, 2022. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.